By main DPS Furina, I of course mean a Furina team where we are trying to just on-field Furina. And the point of this kind of video, and yes, I do have C2, there are methods to making Furina do something on-field. And in the past, what I have done is I've used C6 Bennett Pyro Infusion so that Furina can apply Pyro, can enable her skills, right, her summons to get big vaporizes. And that's the way, like, realistically, if you want to see the biggest number possible from Furina. But there's now a new way, of course, to main DPS her, to on-field her, and that is with Chungus. No, Chungus is not new, but you know who is new? Escoffier. And also, to explain this, it's going to require Shenhe. So yes, we're doing an Escoffier Furina team on-field. With Chongyun Infusion up, we're going to do on-field Furina, and we can even do charge attacks, and hey, look at the pretty Cryo Infusion animation. The basic idea here is quite simple, in that how Shenhe's buff works, her Quill bonus gives a flat damage buff based on Shenhe's attack, and this buff, when applied to any source of cryo damage, only cares about what a character's crit and damage bonus stats are going to be, and also EM if it's a scaling reaction. Of course, this kind of team is not getting any melt or vaporizes, so we only care about basically crit and damage bonus in order to maximize Shenhe's buff. But the more important thing in the case of how Shenhe works, you want to have as many units dealing cryo damage in the team as possible. And that's the idea with Chongyun, right? Is the cryo infusion means cryo damage from Furina can take advantage of Shenhe's buff, Shenhe's damage can take advantage of Shenhe's buff, Escoffier's damage can take advantage of Shenhe's buff, and Chongyun can take advantage of Shenhe's buff. This is the most characters you can possibly have that can take advantage of Shenhe's buff. You know, the only other way of doing this is, of course, doing, you know, an actual cryo unit instead of Furina. If there was a Cryo Furina would just be better to use, and, you know, whatever. The point is, with Furina giving a whole bunch of damage bonus, including to herself, we should be able to see pretty good normal attack damage, because Furina also, notably, you know, drains HP and enables 4-piece Marshal Hunter, so Furina's on-field damage, and it's better just to min-max the amount of crit we have. I could actually go further than this, but one problem with this team is we are doing solo Hydro Furina, and I am using Fav on you and on you. I'm actually going to switch Chongyun to a damage build, so not Fav on him, and hopefully this amount of ER I have will be good enough. Obviously, these are pretty good artifacts. We do have Cryo Resonance, so this is like a 96% crit rate build, but the overall build quality is, you know, prioritize some ER stats and then just, you know, crit damage, of course. And yeah, anyways, this is just a big stat stick weapon. I could use Furina's weapon itself and it would be fine, but I've chosen to use this because technically this is slightly better for her normal attack damage, not because of the EM passive, just because it gives 4% crit rate. I already have C2 Furina, so I don't really want to do things with my Furina build in this video that increase her skill damage, because I want the focus to be more balanced. So I am also then putting her on a Cryo Goblet and a attack timepiece instead of HP. Again, realistically, because most of the damage we're getting from the cryo attacks is just going to be how much damage bonus Furina has and how much crit she has, it's not really going to care about her attack stat that much. Like, the cryo goblet will be increasing our normal attack damage, but the smarter play here, with a C0 Furina in particular, or a C1 Furina, is going to be doing an HP goblet still, HP timepiece. The majority of Furina's damage should still be from her skill, not her normal attacks, right? The point is, of course, to take advantage of how Shenhe's buff works and min-maxing the value of Shenhe, who gains meaningfully more value the higher number of total characters that can actually take advantage of her Quill buff. Because normally, Furina cannot take advantage of Shenhe Quill buff, but if Chongyun exists, she can, and Chongyun can too. The ideal Chongyun build is probably Noblesse, and then Shenhe could actually be on a 2-piece attack build to min-max her buff. I'm going to leave her on a normal Noblesse build. Looks like this. With Cryo Resonance going on, Shenhe should crit decently often, like Shenhe won't be doing 0 damage. But Chongyun then, because if I'm not going to put Chongyun on Noblesse, I'm going to try to put Chongyun on a damage build himself. If I had good enough Noblesse artifacts, I'd probably still use Noblesse on him, but anyways. Alright, I decided to put him on 2-piece with Muika's weapon, and he has that much crit, and that should be pretty good, I think. He should have basically no ER needs. This is a triple cryo team, and he has, you know, only 40 energy cost. I guess I have a little bit of talent materials. I should level up his talents a tiny bit at minimum. There we go. That's all I could do. Obviously, Chongyun's damage could be min-maxed a lot more. Maybe I will work on it in the future. Alright, let's go see how our energy situation works out. But anyways, I should probably have done Shenhe first, but it doesn't matter. Blap, and bam. That's a lot of Chongyun damage. Bam. And we're getting 20k normal attacks from Furina. We switched to... Oh, I switched to Shenhe too soon. But you switch to Shenhe again, it's already dead. Switch to Shenhe again, then you continually doing normal attacks. We could have done charge attacks too, but it would have been barely... It's like exactly the same damage. Furina's normal attack and charge attack multipliers are exactly the same. And yes, I could gain damage from them if I leveled up the talents. I don't have any resources right now, I'm sorry. They released too many characters that I need to level up in this game. Anyways, the energy situation is actually perfectly fine there. I might be able to min-max this a little bit more, but because of the fact that I have C2 Furina, I'm not gonna min-max this too much. I already have high enough investment things going on and whatever. Oh yeah, I think I forgot to show Escoffier's build. She's on a standard Golden Troop build, but I have an attack circlet instead. Why? Because that's what I have available. I very much like how much damage Chongyun got there, by the way. Like, I strongly feel that one of the funnest aspects of playing this team, it's almost more, you know, burst DPS Chongyun and on-field Furina in the same time. So I don't know. It's just a really fun way, ultimately, of taking advantage of Shenhe's buff to the maximized extent you possibly can, I feel, is essentially what this is. So you could argue this is less, you know, main DPS Furina and more just like the funness of Shenhe. Hopefully Shenhe gets a dedicated rerun banner and is not jailed in Chronicle banner forever, so that more people can acquire her. Oh, I suppose I should go show the downside of this team in AoE. Hello, my bishop friends, don't you suck me. Alright, let's try Shenhe first this time. And BAP, because I think that's going to make cooldowns line up a little bit harder, but bam. I mean, okay, the AoE damage is still pretty good, actually, because Chongyun go burr. But you can see we ran out of, we're doing like 5k damage or 2k damage, I don't know. We refresh Shenhe, oops, we refresh Shenhe, we're doing 20k normal attacks again, right? That is what happens, right, in AoE. You run out of the buff really fast. You can still do a whole bunch of damage, you're still getting the same value, but like, Shenhe does not scale in AoE. It is the same exact value in AoE buffing-wise as it is in single target, essentially. So, you know, if there's a really difficult AoE situation in Abyss or whatever kind of content, you might struggle a little bit more with this team than you would in single target, is kind of the point. I'm going to use a weird DPS Lanyon team on the second side. Oh, we have ER. That's actually quite fortunate. I mean, I don't... Based on the initial test, I don't think we actually needed the ER, but I'm going to choose the ER anyways, because more ER are good. It'll make sure we get our burst back more comfortably. I don't think I needed as much of that. I really don't think I need that much ER, but, you know, we'll see. Anyways. And Chungus go, bam. We're going to do skill after burst, of course, by the way, because I want to make sure... Let's do another skill. I'm gonna have to get a feel for the timing of when to use Shenhe's second E. You, of course, want to do a second Shenhe E to get full value from her buffing potential. Flap. Flap. Bam. And Chungus go. The Chungus damage is so satisfying. And you could do more than that, too. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I should forget. I'm too busy yapping. Anyways, we're doing Chongyun's burst into E to, like, try to min-max. What am I doing? Try to min-max uptime a little bit. For the infusion, because his infusion only lasts 10 seconds, right? And bam, you're just gonna die. Okay, yeah, this... Oh, where are you? Oh, it's getting... Yeah, okay. What the heck was I saying? Oh, that team definitely does, in many ways, feel like a Chongyun DPS team that happens to get additional value from on-fielding Furina. It's all just to min-max the Shenhe buff, which is funny. So, anyways, this dude should be not that hard to deal with, because I have C6 Bennett. Let's do this. Bam. Okay, and we do this. This. And do Lanyon. Okay, do this. Yep. And do that. And you stay over here, sir. I'm not sure if this video is going to come out after or before the Lanyon video, where I play this team for the first time, but Yeah. This team is probably better than you expected it was going to be, right? Alright. For all the people who think, oh, DPS Lunyon doesn't work without Furina. Well, Furina would be actively a lot worse than this team right now because of the punishment for using Hydra, right? I think there's a separate DPS Lunyon video that should be coming out the same weekend. This one is coming out, I guess. Well, that'll increase our cryo attacks, so we'll take it. I have no energy. It's classic. Burst for Lion team. Oh well. Little moose boosh. App. Do this. I forgot to burst on Furina. That's kind of helpful. Oh well, it's fine. Bam. Save a burst for that. Bam. Do a second E. And hopefully we can get through this in one clunky rotation. Alright, cool. That was not too bad. A little bit clunky, of course. But I think we're good. Alright, this. While it's coming down, we do this. Alright, and do this. Chungus burst. Bam. I love the front loaded damage from Chongyun. Alright, don't forget the Shenhe E. Good, I actually timed that pretty well that time. Our usage of our Furina skill is now a little bit weird because of that setup rotation, but oh well. That was a little bit of a waste considering it's now in the next phase, but where are we going? This one, okay. Goose on the loose. That didn't deal damage, did it? Nope. That was good. Okay. Okay. I haven't done anything here optimally, I would say. Yeah, definitely not, considering I don't have Furina burst up. Yep. Terrible, all things considered. That should kill, right? Okay. Good enough. Well, not really good enough, but, you know. Chungus, go! Burm? I don't know what burm means. Bam! Yeah, there we go. I don't know, it plays it as really satisfying way. Is it really a truly main DPS Furina team? I mean, like, the goal is to switch to Furina and on-field her for a little bit. So, like, in my opinion, it is. It might not be to you because it doesn't get enough big damage numbers from, like, Furina's normal attacks, or it doesn't get 100k vaporizes on Furina. Not that, like, this is the perfectly optimal thing to do with Furina, right? Let's see if we can handle this. Bap. Bam. Okay, a little bit close. Do this, do this, do. Ow, that's good. Blap. Let's forgot to do this. Okay, a little pudgy, but we got this. Bam. Okay, I kind of ran out of energy there, but I think it'll be fine. Attack percent for the last floor is fine. Alright, what's our energy situation now? Okay, of course the way up optimization is sometimes interesting, sometimes very boring. Goose on the loose, and bam, I forgot to Furina burst again, didn't I? Well, let's redo this. At least you got to see what the difference of Furina's damage bonus does when you don't use Furina's burst. Alright, do this, get this going, this. Do Furina this time, kind of important, and do the goose, and bam, bam. All right, I could have done that a little bit better, I think, and hopefully we can keep this frozen. Do this, all right, and do this. Maybe could have timed these things better. Bam, little moose boosh, and bam, bam, and Furina for the win. Bam. There we go. Like, ultimately, it plays very similarly to, you know, many other Escoffier teams. There we go. Okay. This should be all I need to handle you. I let Fischl die because I'm stupoid. It's fine. Bam. Oh my god. Okay, well, this was a skill issue. Guess we're gonna do this again because I got too busy yapping on the second side and let my Fischl die because I'm dumb. I actually think I should do a run through, maybe using Furina on a normal Golden Troop build, right? And when I don't specifically spec into getting extra damage from Furina cryo attacks, right? And why you got your shield up? Oh, actually, extremely rude. Bam, there you go. Oh, fun fact, actually, that was funny to show. When you kill the way up like that, you kill it when all those particles spawn. You can see I just got all my bursts back on these characters. Bruh, enemy, can you stay over here? Terrible clear on the second side, but I could have done it better. But yeah, let me go put Furina on a normal build. Now for me, a normal build is actually a tenacity of the middle build. So, you know, something weird like this. Oh, you know what? I guess this is going to be a rare sequence of seeing me use Furina's signature weapon. Ugh. Anyways, I suspect this is going to be meaningfully stronger. Oh, our journey begins here, Lord of Sand. Okay. Flap, flap. Little loose boosh. Alright, and bam. Yeah, look at that. More Chongyun damage. Then we can go to town and Chongyun. Okay, yeah. See, this is like a main DPS Chongyun. That's what this is. So, you know... Here, this run's inclusion in my video is me being like, hey, same team, but main DPS Chongyun instead with a min-max Furina, where it's not really main DPS Furina, but it is, you know, on-field DPS, or it is a lot of damage Furina, that's for dang sure. Unrelatable build. Oh well, whatever, it's fine. Anyways, I feel like a lot of people don't realize, by the way, how often I power down my characters. Like, I do it most of the time when it's not meant to be a focus of the team. I don't normally let Furina be this strong on purpose. For what it's worth, though, like, I don't think that clear time was fundamentally that different, right? It was just a difference in how the team is configured and therefore being played, right? So, I don't know. Anyways, Blap here. This. Bam. Alright, that should kill these, and we Chungus. Bam. I mean, honestly, this is just making me want to level Chongyun more. I meant to use Shenhe. Look at the Chongyun's damage there. Chongyun? Chongyun. Is Chongyun plural for Chongyun? I don't know. Little boosh. Wrong character. Don't know what I'm doing. It's fine. I feel like most Escoffier teams are just the, like, you can make you can have such terrible gameplay in Escoffier teams and they'll be fine. It's just like always. They're just always fine. Alright, oh, the teleporting thing. I think I might have screwed up. I went up, take it too long. Nope, Kurt. Cool. I can't speak. Cool. Flat. It's fine. Blam. Bam. This should kill that. Alright, and bam. Bam. Oh wait, I just realized I haven't been skilling. You have to skill before burst, I think. Bam. So Chongyun skill. Oh, Chongyun skill. And then burst. Bam. I only 30k? Okay. Well, alright. That's disappointing. Goose on the loose. Yep. Alright. And bam. And bam. Okay, it's mostly the same. Okay, well, you know, honestly, I kind of... Okay, I don't dislike how the Chongyun, like, on-fielding playstyle feels. No. But I kind of enjoy the main DPS Furina more. And I think this is an effect, of course, of what I mentioned before, where min-maxing Shenhe's value is a factor of using someone else on field. So you know what? I think that was a worthy comparison. It wasn't even really that different of an experience, even with the C2 Furina, when I actually tried to like spec Furina into a normal, do a bunch of skill damage build. Yeah, I could put her on Golden Troop and whatever, but Tenacity is also good. And anyways, shows at least, you know, you don't have to on-field Furina. You can just do whatever the dang well heck you please, which is kind of the story with the Escoffier teams in general. So, anyways, it's a fun way, I'd say, to main DPS Furina. If you do end up using an attack percent weapon for like a free-to-play way of doing main DPS Furina in this team, you'd probably want to level her talents more to see more value from the attack scaling damage, rather than just the damage that's scaling from damage bonus and crit. Obviously, my options for 5-star weapons allowed me to spec into a slightly different direction than you might want to spec into. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go back. If I want to do main DPS Furina, it's pretty easy to switch my build and play around with this in the future. Lesson learned is honestly, I think I want to get a permanent build on Chongyun. I honestly strongly feel that the best thing about Escoffier's release is how she benefits weird shenanigans with Shenhe and Chongyun more than anything. That's my personal take, of course. This is not saying you have to do main DPS Furina or it's the best Escoffier team. But it's not really fundamentally different than when I was using Escoffier with Mualani with or without Furina, or Escoffier with DPS Charlotte, right? They all kind of play very similarly. And depending who you are, that might be a good thing or a bad thing. I think it's a good thing because it means you can just kind of play whoever the dang well you feel like on field. And I don't know. I think it's cool. They're not super interesting to play because you don't have to think that much about like when you're activating certain abilities. Full Hydro Cryo, Escoffier teams is a very forgiving team format at the end of the day. Being forgiving lets you do more shenanigans, and that's cool.